Let's
You
do it.
texted me, sir, and was just like, this may be the match of the year.
Now you're misquoting me. I did not say maybe. Mask versus Mask is match of the year, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 6 more months left in the year, so things could change. But right now, there is no question. Grande Americano versus Grande Americano, Chad Gable versus Ludwig Kaiser, however you want to describe it. Match of the year across all promotions.
You got everything too.
It had everything you wanted.
I want to just talk about the entrances. Like when Chad Gable,
start with it. Yeah.
Like the emotion that the fans had. There was real disdain for this guy. You know what I'm saying? Real disdain for the original El Grande Americano, right? But when the other El Grande came out, I don't remember a pop like that. That felt like, and obviously people are going to be, oh, you're crazy. But honestly, that's how it felt to me. Watching this, it felt like 2011 Money in the Bank CM Punk in Chicago. Like the people were so invested. They love this guy. Like they
this was as big. This was as big as the next closest thing with pops that we have in recent memory was WrestleMania 40.
Right.
With Cody finishing the story.
Yeah.
That's the closest that we have to this moment. But yeah, the entrances, the build, doing like walking from their locker room.
Yeah.
With
old school.
With Grande Americano with the jacket that says poor Mexico, for Mexico. The black mariachis versus the white mariachis, and I'm talking about in terms of their outfits.
Yeah.
For those of you listening and confused, watch it. You'll understand what I mean. So, but yeah, and just the build, and again, and they were the long, drawn out entrances. Gable getting in with it with a kid fan holding the Grande Americano mask, and the crowd going insane. Yeah, just the first 10 minutes of the video package and the entrances and the ambiance
felt like an old school
was above anything else. Yeah. Was above everything that was at WrestleMania.
Like it's so crazy how we got this match, right? And obviously, like, you know, Triple A has its big event in September, right? But man, did this feel like it should have been there, right? Like it was so big that it felt like it was a Triple Mania match. It really did.
And then when you have the match itself, so you have, the sizing up with the crowd eating every ounce of it, the technical aspect, the high flying, the counters after counters, to trying to rip of the mask, the blood, because this was a blood feud. This is where blood makes sense and works in a wrestling match. You have the build it. Then you have the Creed brothers come out. Then you have Ryo and Bravo come out with the crazy spot. Then you have that comedian Ojitos de Huevo come out. You got Pimpinella Escarlata with the massive pop coming out of nowhere, because you could not tell in that outfit it was Pimpinella.
Yeah.
And the crowd went insane, which went right into Kaiser's finisher, but then Gable kicked out. And again, crowd eating everything up. And then all of a sudden, the love, Andrea Bazarte, with a ticket, gets down the ringside screaming for her man, like the romance, the love story in the midst of all of this. The build, the comeback, the finish, crowd goes insane. Where then also with the finish, we all go from absolutely despising the scum of the earth that is Chad Gable to being so thankful and grateful that he brought us on this ride.
Right.
Where he then takes the mask off.
He brought pride to the mask.
Had his family in the ring. JBL screams on commentary, "It's Chad Gable." Just, but I mean, Corey, JBL, and Rey Mysterio on commentary did a masterful job highlighting the story with it all as well. And it just had everything you love in wrestling. You had a feud, you had the ambiance, you had the theatrics, you had the love story, you had the friends, you had the celebrity appearance the right way.
Yeah.
You had the payoffs, you had the respect at the end, you had the fact that this match ends and both men got elevated no matter what. Because Chad Gable, you can either immediately throw him in as a babyface or a heel.
Right.
And he's a top tier guy. Grande Americano, okay, now it's a certain deal. Obviously, the only way up from this in AAA is you're going against Dominic Mysterio for the title at AAA Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So this was just win, 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 win. And it just then also makes you say, I've watched it twice. After talking about this, I'll probably watch it a third time. And it just makes you think of, well, how much out of the box was this really of a story? Because it wasn't. Now, it was a happy accident that Chad Gable got hurt and they brought in another Grande Americano.
Right.
And then it just organically evolved into this. But all you had to do was listen to the crowd reactions, sprinkle this, sprinkle that, and it just kept building the snowball effect, getting bigger and bigger and bigger until it was just the biggest talk of the town, to the point where this Monday on Raw, they spent half the entire episode talking about that match.
Right. That's how much of an impact it made. And we're going to go ahead and discuss this a little later after we talk about Clash, because I have a lot to say. But
even more about this match.
Yes. But this was everything, man. Like, it just felt, to me, it felt very old school.
This was what wrestling is about. This is why fans
love wrestling.
And when there's a non-wrestling fan that asks you, why do you love wrestling? This is the type of match you show them.
Right.
Because it had the action, it had the suspense, it had the drama, it had the romance, it had the comedy, it had everything that is about wrestling.
Yep.
And I just want to, give kudos to the AAA fans and the fans in Mexico, because they're not dumb. They know they are cheering for a European who is dressed as a Mexican calling himself American. They know that. But it's a matter of what the Grande Americano makes them feel. And they gravitated towards it and embraced it. And it was because of them that made this such a wonderful feud. And then he's done, to say he's done an incredible job would be an understatement.
Right.
Both of them. I mean, for that. And then every supporting role in it as well. I am not expecting there to be a better match this year than that. And if there is, I'll be shocked. And because there's 6 months left. There could be. But right now, I don't see anyone building a story for something like this.
SummerSlam looks like it's going to be an interesting card, so we'll hold it. But for right now, I think you're right. I think this is an extremely high bar to set for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That it may not be set, it may not be met, it may not be overtaken. This just might be the standard for 2026. And if that's the standard, then I'm okay with it, because it gave you everything. It gave you everything. And when it comes to old school booking, old school, just a climax to a feud, that's the way you do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we were spoiled with as youngsters and that we don't see as much anymore. So when you do see it, it's kind of like that shooting star, like, oh my God, that's really nice. But because we don't get it all the time. So this was perfect. Shouts to everybody involved. And like you said, the AAA fans, like they, every AAA event that you watch just feels like a party.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like, and they get it. They
Yes, they do.
understand it. They appreciate what they have in front of them, and they never take it for granted. And I wish there was some transition there with in regards to the main product, but we'll discuss that.